Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Found Media Podcast. My name is Carolyn. I am your host, and I'm the person who does all the research, collects all the stories to tell back to you in each episode. Today, I actually first heard about this on TikTok. It's something called the Backrooms. So first looking into this, the origin of the Backrooms is on a creepypasta story on the Reddit thread, I think they're called. It was on 4chan, and if you don't know what a creepypasta story is, it's generally not true. But what I've seen on TikTok, people say they've been there. There's a website that people share pictures on, which I'll be showing in the YouTube video. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're listening on podcast, be sure to subscribe to the podcast itself so you don't miss out on any episodes. They share images, and some of them are just silly, but some of them are actually pretty creepy. So it all started with a user posting a picture of an empty room with yellow walls and yellow lighting. People say that this room is oddly familiar and makes them kind of creeped out, but also at the same time, they've been there before. So apparently, this is the first level. It's called level 0. It's moldy and humid, and if you walk into a room without an exit, you're gonna find something creepy in the hallways. There are allegedly 9 levels, but there are half levels, there are negative levels, so it's a whole lot to get into in one episode, but we maybe touch on it later. I might come back to it, I don't know. So level 0, this is the one that most people go into when they first no-clip into this reality, which I guess is just you going from this reality here into the Backrooms reality. It's like an alternate between planes. But like I said, people find this room oddly familiar and unsettling. You probably won't see anything on this level in terms of monsters. And if you do, just back away. It's unlikely they will actually want to confront you. There have been reports of rooms in this level, because it's like a big corridor thing. But there have been reports of rooms with boiling tar dripping from the ceiling. And if you come across that, if you go into the back rooms, don't touch that stuff. You will immediately die. So the way you get from this level to level 1 is you wander around the hallways, and eventually you'll find yourself on the next level. You can also find a fire exit, but apparently this is rare, so your best bet would just be to wander around. So level 0 is called the lobby. Level 1 is called lurking danger. It's reported this level is a large underground Soviet town from the 1940s, and it resembles a demolished hospital. The walls and floors are concrete, there's no windows, but you can find boxes with almond water, specifically almond water, food, medical supplies, and other things in the building. It's suggested you might want to stock up on some supplies, especially almond water. People have reported the same fluorescent, yellow, annoying, buzzing lighting in level 1 as you find in level 0. But the difference between the levels and the lighting is that on level 1, the Soviet underground hospital, the lights flicker a lot more. So when the lights flicker, they might go out for a second, they might go out for hours, and it's alleged that you are going to be in much more danger if the lights go out. There are things lurking in the darkness. So if you are caught in the dark on level 1 and you encounter a being, just slowly back away. Get out of there. Don't try to interact with it. Try not to look at it. So to get to level 2, you can wander through the entrance to a staircase, which will lead you to level 2. Level 2 is said to be more dangerous than the other 2 levels. There are pitch black hallways, There are staircases, flickering lights, elevators, locked doors, dark fog, and pipes along the hallways that are full of black liquid. If you encounter one of the backroom entities here, you're going to want to run. You don't want to back away slowly, just run. All you can really do is hope it doesn't want to chase you, and if it does, just pray that it gives up. So you can either roam this level and go back to level 1, so backtrack, or you can go through an unlocked door to get to level 3. So level 3, this has pipes lining the walls and ceilings. The rooms are smaller, and you feel more claustrophobic in here. It's almost like you feel like you're underground in the tunnels. And this is a level where you're going to see a decent amount of entities. So these ones are consistent through essentially all the levels. There are dullers, adult facelings, hounds, and skin stealers. So you can encounter those in any of the lower levels, as well as the above levels, but there are other things to worry about up there. So it's suggested you don't dwell here. You're going to want to try to get to the next level as quickly as you can because of all the entities that are residing here and may attack you. One of the things that is reported on this level, though, is that there's fast Wi-Fi, so that's great. And you can probably find a weapon of some sort here. But the way you get to the next level is you have to go to an elevator to exit, and it'll most likely take you to level 5, but sometimes you go to level 4. So level 4 is where water is. It looks like an abandoned office building. You'll see windows here that are half blacked out. Don't go through them because it's a trap. But apparently in this level, it's just like a regular office building. There are vending machines, though. They have almond water in them. It's always almond water. And you might want to grab some more. You need it to go through the back rooms, apparently. And there aren't many reports of entities here, but you might encounter a cult. So it's reported that this cult is only on level 4, and there are actually also different colonies of people on other levels, but it's just too much for one video. But this specific cult worships the mold that grows on the walls in level 0 and 1. So like the yellow mold on the walls of the first level that you no-clip into. I don't know. But to go to the next level, you take the stairs in the office, and level 5 looks like a very fancy hotel. So there's 2 parts to this level. There's the boiler room and the main lobby, which is the hotel part. So the 2 entities here are death moths, and their main hive is in the boiler room, I believe. And living statues, which can also be found in the boiler room. Something that's reported here is that because this level seems so safe, that you can very easily lose your sanity. It's reported that the wallpaper has faces on it, and they whisper to you. So there are elevators on this floor, but if you want to live, don't interact with it. Don't like touch it or like go inside because you're gonna die. The ballroom is the biggest room, I think, and it has a tiny table in the middle with a game of mahjong on it, and if you interact with any of the tiles or anything, then you're going to go straight back to level 2. The second part of this level is the boiler room, which has all the scary things in it. So this room is steamy and extremely hot. If you go in it, you're going to feel taps on your shoulders and whispers. There are 3 known elevators in the boiler room, but you also want to just avoid them, don't go near them. And if you encounter a living statue, do not take your eyes off it. If you look away from one of these things, if you look at it and then you look away, then another one is going to attack you. So it's kind of like the angels in Doctor Who. So those people who survive long enough on this level say they encounter something called the Beast. Apparently, it's a tall, scaly humanoid wearing a suit and tie, and it has the head of a cephalopod and tentacles in its mouth. And it, like, walks around the ballroom area, and it's apparently invisible, but sometimes you can see its face in the faces on the wall, so if you stay too long, you're going to go insane, basically. So to exit this level, you're going to want to go back the way you came to the staircase, or you can attempt to go through the boiler room. Highly advise you not to do that. But level 6 is called Lights Out. And this is what you're going to get to if you go through the boiler room, which is why, first of all, it's dangerous to go through the boiler room, and second of all, you get to level 6, which is just terrible. So people usually accidentally end up here. I think there's other ways to get here, but my head was spinning at this point. So, if I do another video, I can delve deeper into the different ways to get into certain levels. There's the negative levels and the half levels as well. But people say that level 6, they don't stay very long at all. The monsters there aren't actually monsters. So while you might not die in the level, it's said that anybody who goes into level 6 within 48 hours, they die. Like in our reality, they die. And it's ruled death by suicide within 48 hours. So this is basically a dead end level. There's no way to get to level 7. You have to go back to level 5. And by doing that, you have to go back through the boiler room. So to get to level 7, you have to go back to the ballroom and then go back to the staircase, I think. Yeah. It's all very confusing. You can like go back one way and then end up in a completely different area. So if I'm a little confused, I'm sorry. But level 7 is a building that is just a vast expanse of water. It's pitch black, and you don't hear screams like you do in level 6, in the pitch black of level 6. But typically, the room has distilled water. So not salt water or fresh water, it's distilled. So one of the rooms you can go into has a door that if you look through it, then you are then looking down onto the next level, like a bird's eye view, but you do not want to go through that. You can, but gravity is reported to be a lot harsher and stronger than what we experience in this reality. So if you go through it, you're going to probably splat on the floor. The only entity on this level is called the Thing, and people think it's the only entity because it's killed off all of the other ones on that level. Not sure what it looks like or anything, so if you happen to go into the Backrooms and go to this level, just beware of anything that doesn't look like a human. The actual depth of the water in this level is unknown, but the only known exit is a hole at the bottom of like the water. The hole at the bottom leads you to level 8, or you can go through a set of double doors that says no exit in like neon letters, and supposedly that goes to level 4. Apparently, going into level 8, you enter through a waterfall, and you go into a cave. And there are other waterfalls in this cave that imply that there are other ways to get into this level, but it's not known where those go to or where they come from. The entities here are large spiders, and it's pitch black in the cave. Allegedly, there's a huge queen spider with all her little spider minions, and she is highly aggressive, so it's advised that you stay away. And something else that you can find in this level are large transparent pools that are usually found at dead ends of the cave, but you're going to want to stay away from those as well, because there was a person who apparently went near it with like a group of friends, and he was consumed by a large gelatinous blob that has human arms coming out of it. So do with that what you will, but just don't go near the transparent pools. There's also a bloody cavernous area that has another spider called the Franken spider, and that is also going to attack you. So I found all this information on a website that I will link in the description. It's strange. It's kind of creepy. I did find it on TikTok, so of course it was nighttime. And of course I scrolled through all of the videos that this one girl had on it. I will also link her at below. But let me know if you want another video on this. Let me know if you want me to dive a little deeper. It's a little confusing. It's like, it's just strange. It's a big old concept, and check it out for yourself. If you want me to go deeper into the negative and half levels, let me know. And if you have been there yourself, please tell me in the comments if you're on YouTube. If you're not, then be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Be sure to like the video on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any scary stories of your own, doesn't have to be about the Backrooms, just any sort of scary stories. I do read compilation stories from Reddit and also reader stories, so be sure to email me in the email down below. But I just want to thank you guys for tuning in once again for another episode of the Found Media Podcast, and I will be seeing you guys in the next episode.